happening, world? Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of Cognac Confessionals. I'm your host, Deshaun. Here at where... damn. It's the yak. Here at Where Media Meets Studios in conjunction with VJ TV, Farrell Films, History in the Making Entertainment, Keep It Cloudy Productions, you know. It's August 4th, first Friday, 2024. Got an entertaining show for y'all tonight. We just gonna sit back, talk some shit, swallow spit.
Right.
Let everybody introduce themselves as always.
Hey, what's up, man? It's your boy Farrell, aka Farrell Films, King Yak Sipper.
T-Von Trapper, aka Mac Moon.
Yeah. What's happening with it? What's happening, bro?
With me?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm happy to be here, man, because hey, I need to have this little sip of something. You know what I'm saying?
Man, but you ain't even sipped it yet, and it's already affecting you.
Yeah. We gonna have a good time tonight, though.
Okay. What's happening with you?
Well, I got a new webisode coming out.
Okay.
On the 18th. This webisode is called. It's gonna be webisode 12, I believe. Webisode 12. No, not on the 18th. On the 17th. The day the freeway fell.
Oh yeah. October 17th.
October 17th at 7:17 at night. This one is starring Delandre Edwards, Nia Rose, Blaze the original. She's part of my management stable.
Shout out to Nia
Full
Rose.
House.
Shout out to them.
Full House Music Group. And Ladarian Elliott. I think this is his first project, probably.
Jumping off the bench.
Yeah.
Okay. What's this looking like?
So that's gonna be jumping off. We just released webisode 11 on the 2nd, on Nat Turner's birthday.
Good.
You know what I'm saying?
Good. Nat Turner. True American hero.
So yeah. Everybody needs to subscribe to that, And also, I got another channel. This one, the other channel, is where Mac Moo come in.
Was there some type of launch party or something for this other channel? No, I wasn't invited. Or
For the people that don't know,
soft launch or what's going on, man? Seems like a lot going on, and I ain't in it.
Well, I mean, this other channel is actually Third Acorn.
Yeah.
And it's about motivation and poetry, stuff like that. It's mainly about book recommendations. But it's so Mac Moo. I go by Mac Moo, and that's because I grew up as
Mac M-U or Mac M-O-O or
M-A-C M-O-U.
S-E.
Monetizing all conversation, motivation over undertaking.
Okay.
That's what Mac Moo stands for. But Mac Moo, I grew up being called Mac Moo because I grew up under the name Mahmoud, secret identity.
Mahmoud.
And nobody ever pronounced it right.
That sound Islamic.
Yeah, we were
like Mac Mill,
we were Muslim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trapper was my birth name. But my stepdad, he married my mom, and he changed all of our names to Mahmoud. Nobody ever pronounced it right, so we was all called Mahmoud. Yeah.
Oh, I get it. Now you say he's a Muslim, huh? So no, man, you done had plenty of backing together.
Well, no, I have no religion now.
Oh, okay. Talk to me.
I'm spiritual.
I know, man. You done put away some ribs together.
Yeah. I have no religion. I have faith. It's a difference.
There you go.
Faith is the evidence of things unseen.
Well, my faith is in the 5 trillion to 1 chance that I even made it to be born.
Those sound like some heavy odds.
Yeah. If you think about it,
Mm-hmm.
You know, the way I see it, everybody's a born winner. That's why it don't make sense to be jealous of nobody or animosity.
Sperm cell that succeeded.
Yeah, and you already, there's only what, 8 billion people on the planet? You already beat 5 trillion people just to get here. You in a home stretch. So you ain't got to worry about what nobody else is doing or somebody else being better than you or not measuring up to somebody else. You still got that same force that made you hit the egg. You know, so all you got to do is do you.
Started out.
Have faith that that thing, whatever that fourth force was that had you hit the egg, that was divine right there.
On the downward stroke.
And only God made that happen.
Won't she
Keep
do it?
faith in that. Doctrines, all that, that's just somebody else's opinion and what they think.
Well, there has to be some manifestation.
Well, a lot of this doctrine I think it's good philosophy. You know, I read parts of the Bible. I couldn't quote verses and stuff to you. But you know,
not a single one.
No. And I've read it. I don't retain what I read a lot, but I get the knowledge of it. But I'll probably read it over and over again.
All hell sees your boy.
You know, but if I'm reading, if say I'm reading a page, by the time I get to the end of that paragraph, I'm not gonna really hold on to what I read, and I read with my ears. I was telling you that I read with my ears. If I'm reading with my eyes, I may go down a few lines, and then my eyes will start going up again, and that will frustrate me because I'm reading the same thing over and over again. You know, so I rather read with my ears. When I read with my ears, I retain it.
Yeah, like you got visual learners, audio learners. Exactly. Yeah. I got you.
But
so
now,
what's been up with you?
Well, Cadillac Time is an animated web series,
right?
And it's inspired by a true story. The way I came about doing it is when I first got into film and acting. I got into acting as an accident. So I was working on my first film project was in Atlanta, and I was managing a rapper, and I got him in the movie. And then when I talked to the director of the movie, I asked him, do you have a soundtrack? They said no. So I'm like, well, do you have a budget for a soundtrack? And they said no.
Damn.
So I worked out an arrangement with them. I said, okay, well, we can do your soundtrack, but we own the music. You know, so that had me showing up to the set just to see how the movie was going. You know, I had read the script. I'm showing up to set, picking up little pieces, shots and stuff. And one day I was on the set, and the movie was starring Rodney Perry.
Okay.
But they only had him for one day.
Wow. And as a filmmaker, when you got them on there for that one day or the 2 days, you got to make it count.
You had to make it count. Somebody didn't show up to play their part because, I don't know why. But they were playing the bartender, and I was on the set. Had never acted before.
Okay.
So they asked me could I play bartender, and I started method acting. I'm like, yeah, I grabbed a rag and I was walking around the set, just like I was behind the bar. And when they also let me improv, they let me in Rodney Perry improv.
Okay.
And we had them cracking up to where they had to keep cutting, not because we was messing up, because they kept busting out laughing. And Rodney, he was like, dude, you're a natural, you should keep it up.
Okay.
And that's high praise from a real professional like that.
Shout out to Rodney Perry, man. One day we can get that brother on here.
Then I came out here, I met one of my cast mates for the Cadillac Time, and the way she got close to me is I saw a movie that you had did. Leather Coat.
Right.
Okay.
My number one selling movie.
Yeah, because I'm real selective about like um, who I get close to now,
Mm-hmm.
because I have goals and I have ambitions of where I want to go. So
Right.
getting close to the wrong type of people that take you away from your destiny. So when I saw that she's one of she plays Tracy in Cadillac Time, Mana Salvador.
Okay.
Right.
Shout out to Nas.
Right. She was my
Folks.
neighbor, and she showed me y'all. I said, okay, you cool to keep around because this is uh, the lane I'm trying to stay in.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So I knew about Pharaoh way before he met me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Third Acorn YouTube channel. Third Acorn YouTube channel
Okay, saying the volume seems
came
low.
about um, um, because I feel like once I gave myself back to God,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
you know,
From whence we come,
yeah,
so shall we return.
Okay.
it was something he said to me. And
God said this?
yeah, and
Okay.
yeah, I believe if he's capable of doing all these great things,
Mm-hmm.
making the universe
Is that
and
better?
all that,
Mm-hmm.
why he can't talk to me? And he said,
Now, was this God in a physical form, like WD
no, it wasn't a
for
guy that walked
Muhammad?
up to me or nothing like that.
Oh, it's like a voice, a spirit
Yeah.
speaking to your psyche.
Mm-hmm. And he says, if your purpose, he said, if one's purpose isn't to leave the world better than he found it, why exist at all?
Hmm.
You know. So I started addressing little problems that I saw, and I would make a video about it.
Mm-hmm.
So you essentially became a superhero,
You know,
or just a hero in general.
no, because a hero is a sandwich.
That was a movie. Mm-hmm.
Richard Pryor, right?
Yeah. Back in the day. See, look at that.
Now the first video I did on Third Acorn is called Blind Love, and that started out. I was on what was it, Upwork or Fiverr, and I was starting my portfolio,
Mm-hmm.
and but I was applying for jobs too. Little work to, and what I would do is when I see the job that was being advertised, I would do it and then apply. So if they hired me, I already got the job done. Because it would take me
Okay.
a split
Get
second
that
to do
jump
it.
start on it.
Yeah. So someone wanted a logo on this something that had to do with blind love,
Mm-hmm.
and I made such a raw logo, and I applied. I didn't hear anything back. I didn't hear anything back. I didn't hear anything back. After about a couple of weeks, um, I started making a video to the concept.
Mm-hmm.
Once I went that far, it's no longer to sell.
There's no turning back.
Yeah. So
This is you now.
right. So I did the video,
Even
and
me.
then I kept going.
Hold on, Michael. We got some technical. What about now? On a perfect day. Go ahead, talk. Talk to the mic.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So then I have some friends, loved ones,
How many of us have been?
from former walks of life that have little struggles and things. And even though we don't really run in the same circles anymore, I do what I can, as far as supporting and encouraging them to do better.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a friend that's
Kind of being
struggling
a
with
foundation for them.
well,
An anchor.
support.
Mm-hmm.
That was dealing with what do you call it? drug addiction, substance abuse.
Mm-hmm.
So that made me create a video called um, Habit Mind.
Say that part again.
Habit Mind.
Habit mind.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm gonna do is, so y'all know what I'm talking about. Which one is this? This isn't it. I'm gonna share these channels with you.
Mm.
Hey. L. I'm like, I'll salvage any situation.
I'll drink to that. No else.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Turn your phone down.
Oh shit.
That's why.
No else.
So I said, you know what? I'm gonna make an animated movie.
So
no one's gonna stop me from putting it out. Who wants to get on? You know what I'm saying? And half the cast got on in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Atlanta.
You know.
ATL.
And it was like a mixture of a whole bunch of people because people was migrating to Atlanta around this time.
Got it.
So being there, I had people from Mississippi. One of my main actresses from Compton.
Shout out to Compton, Hub City, CPT.
A lot of people from a lot of different places, and then my older brother got sick, terminally, and it brought me back here, and that's why he's one of the casting directors on Cognac Time, because if it wouldn't have been for him, a lot of people in Oakland wouldn't have been on it.
Okay.
So by me having to come back home, that's when I got Mac Ream, Nia Rose.
Shout out to Mac
Ream. That's the
19th
homie.
Street Spiners.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Brother Broski.
Shout out to Broski. That's my guy, man.
What about little bro?
You know, we gotta get them. Can't forget about little bro.
Yeah. Show FHMG, Blaze the original. All them got on because I had to come home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a lot of my actors I never met. I directed them over email.
That's a difficult thing, but that shows that you got a knack for it. And you know, and you're following in the steps of a lot of creators. One thing I can say about my West Oakland brethren is necessity is the mother of all invention. You know, like, you know, this movie was falling apart. You did. There was another music guy back in the day, Crushadelic. Remember him?
I remember that name.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he did Underground Rebellion, I think was their group. And they did the theme for Comic View and all kinds of things. But yeah, just like a lot of things about cats from the West is y'all will figure a way out.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And do you put that as just happen to be coincidentally a lot of hustlers, or is it something in the culture around there that makes people be can-do types?
I don't know. Me myself. Wow, I said that. I have a song called Me Myself.
And I.
I'm a critical thinker.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm the type. If you come to me with a problem,
mm-hmm.
I'm going to try to see a way to solve it. So if you're making it up as an excuse,
mm-hmm.
it's not going to work. The excuse ain't going to work. You may as well tell me, hey, man, I don't want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But if you say, hey, I can't do it because of this or that, my mind is going to say, okay, what is the solution to that?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna try to solve it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a lot of times I do that, and it turns out, no, you were just trying to back out.
Yeah, you're excuse remover. You sound like me.
Yeah.
When I deal with my people, I remove excuses.
You know, even relationships. You know, hey, this is getting this, and this is getting too expensive over here. Hey, okay, I know how you can circumvent this.
Okay.
But
So,
if your boyfriend's back in town, you need to just go ahead and say that.
Mark Anthony, 19th
yeah,
Street.
because I'm
19th Street,
hey,
Southern
I'm not gonna block
Finest,
you,
right there
Bless.
alongside of Matt Green.
Shout out to Anthony, man. Gotta get you on here again, bro. You be world traveling, globing and shit, so I'll let you boys.
Oh,
Shout out to
stamps,
Sunshine,
you stamps in that
McSessie
passport.
Mart, Ivory, what's happening, bro? Everybody tuning in, appreciate y'all for sure. So, what's your series, Cadillac Time, the animation series? Because what is your goal? Where are you trying to reach with that series? I like animation.
Well, the thing is, I'm studying new software now, the industry standard.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that I used back then, I don't even think it's still around anymore.
Mm.
It's kind of obsolete.
Mm.
But having animation, I'm going to keep it to where it started out. It was an alternative to film.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have a film budget back then, but I had film ideas.
Right.
And since we was working on the film, and everybody, I was like, even the director of that film plays a character because everyone agreed they didn't want to take a loss. So I may make a animated version of a film and the actual version of the film.
Okay.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Because, man, you could go so creative with the animated. You could have cats in outer space.
Yeah.
Man, just anything.
I have two sci-fis
Okay.
that takes me out into space. That's I need to retrieve off of a crashed hard drive.
Okay.
The bane of our existence.
Yeah, because I know years ago I did. It was a website that you used to be able to do your own animations. I think it was extranormal.com something. But I used to do a whole script, and you can do animation. You tell who what to say. You can do the screens, and if I got time to sit down, of course this was 15 plus years ago. I had a YouTube channel that I did a skit. It was personal shit. I used to send shots at motherfuckers that used to piss me off. I used to make shit. But then I did one where for us at the studio way back then, it was dope, but it wouldn't let me upload it. But so I like that the excitement of doing animation with characters and shit. And I was like, but I just never really with that site. I forgot what it was, but anyway, that's dope. That's something that myself I would love to get back into doing. So we might have to holler because I got some ideas. I can, man, because animation actors don't need I'm tired, I need an extra break. You can, all that shit. So I get it. I got some ideas. We can try
animation, like what's her girl, Regina King? She played 2-3 voices on the.
Yeah, that's another thing I want to get into, like voiceover and shit. Shout out to Kelly. Kelly does voiceover and shit. That's
I played multiple characters in Cadillac Time. I played a main character, and then I play his supporting actor.
Okay.
And it's what it's been like
it's all started from education. Like I was in Sacramento. I tried to go to school for film and editing and stuff like that. When I made my decisions, like I didn't want to live the way I was living.
Okay.
So I had some kind of loan I got scammed out of when I was like 19, and it was I had to take care of that before I can get into school. So here once again, I don't want to take a L, a no for an answer. So I said, there's another way to skin a cat. Critical thinking. I'm like, well, I got family in Atlanta, and they doing a lot of independent films down there. So I'll just go down there, rent a room from one of my relatives, and I had to plan and everything. I'm like my I had youngsters out there I knew that was rapping and stuff. I had the editing program. I had a Final Cut.
Okay. Shout out to Final Cut.
Final Cut Pro.
So we used
So I'm like, I went down there. I didn't have no cameras. So I told the little rappers, you know what I'm saying? I said, check this out. Whichever one of y'all bring me a camera first, I'll shoot you a video, no charge. So one of the Hotlanta Blaze brought me a little video Casio camera.
Damn. Casio used to have the keyboard.
Now, Hotlanta Blaze plays Hard Time in Cadillac Time. He ended up being one of the actors.
Okay.
But he brought me this little camera, and we rode around the city just shooting all these scenes. And the only thing about that video is he was singing about the Falcons.
Dirty bird, right?
Bird, and this is 11 years ago. So of course the song is irrelevant now because he was naming players, and I'm like, dude, these players are going to be getting traded, So this song is only going to last for so long. If it wasn't for that, I could, with my skill set improving, I could re-edit it to match my skill set now. But that is what led me to meeting the director, and getting him in that movie, and then having her in my cartoon. I didn't even know it was going to end up that way. That's what I'm talking about, faith.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just move forward.
Everything comes together how it's supposed to.
It may not come together the way you plan it.
It's going to come together how it's supposed to be every time.
You want to hear God laugh? Let him know what you got planned. Or let God know what you got planned, because I don't give God a gender. Yeah.
But won't she do it?
So, I had no idea.
Shout out to my favorite big sister who's tuning in.
Hello. Thank you for tuning in. So, the animation, you got a few things going on.
Yeah.
Talk about the shit. You here?
Talk, man.
I did.
Absent-minded ass nigga. Come on.
I did a film. I did a couple of films since I've been in Oakland. I did Vampire in Oakland.
Shout out
that was a great movie.
Shout out to the people behind Vampire in Oakland.
Yeah, some guy he shot
some guy.
He's a jerk.
Some guy.
But
and his trusty.
Vampire in Oakland was fun for me. Yeah. Because that gave me an opportunity to really act. And be someone else. And I didn't get killed. I was like one of the only people in the movie.
Right. It was in his contract.
And then,
but the sequel's gonna start off with his death.
First scene.
Horror in Oakland.
Okay.
AKA Vampires versus the Bay.
I believe that's in post-production right now. And I was even given the opportunity to assistant direct.
Okay. Yes, and you did an outstanding job, I must say myself.
Salute.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And as far as the future stuff that's coming, I'm writing a book.
Okay. Get your author, get your pen game on?
Yeah. I'm writing my, I've been told 3 times. It usually takes about 3 times somebody to actually instigate me into doing something. So 3 times people have been telling me I should write a book about myself or shoot the movie about myself when I was gonna do.
Let me play you in the movie.
You don't want to do that because it's gonna be a tearjerker.
Don't be one of the people that make the movie about yourself and then starring you.
No, I can't star me.
Yeah,
because I'm going back
Like
generations.
50 and get rich and not try. So, okay, I'm a teenager now. I'm going to shave my mustache off. The mustache didn't grow back in time. Now let me black my lip. Now I'm supposed to be an adult.
If it turns into a movie, it's going to be a long one because the book is going back 3 generations before I even got here.
Doing audiobooks? We got to read.
Yeah, I'm doing audiobook. I'm starting mine out as an audiobook, so I've already started recording it.
Okay. Oh shit. He say 3 steps ahead. Got you.
But yeah, people's like when I did Cadillac Tom, like it's being inspired by a true story. And my first choice was not to write about Tom Tom. Cadillac Tom is Tom Tom, and Tom Tom was my neighbor in L.A. for like 10 years. He was my best friend. And when my sister,
He's still living?
no, he's not.
Oh, rest in peace.
Rest in peace,
No, he's
Tom
not.
Tom.
He or his cousin was also another one of my neighbors, AWOL, Alvin Linton, AWOL Tall Cuz. So it was AWOL's idea for me to use Tom Tom as a subject when I told him I was in the film.
Okay.
And I remembered my last conversation with Tom Tom. It just so happened that we had talked about how we wanted things to be after we were gone. You know,
On them real deal conversations.
yeah, because I felt it coming, but I thought it was me.
Oh, you fucking Madam Cleo ass too, huh?
I don't know what
Felt
it was. I mean, I was calling people. I called and checked to make sure my life insurance was right.
Okay.
You know, me and Tom Tom had just had our first big argument, our only big argument in front of the homies and everything. And I was wrong in the argument. I was mad because he didn't want to do something for me right then when I wanted to do it.
Respect the fact that you said I was wrong.
Yeah, I was
That's
wrong.
big ups.
So that's why when next time I see him, we do stuff like that, and then we see each other and what you got on the sack, and then we jump into the car together and we ride. You know, that was my dog, man. We did so much stuff together, but we was close enough to where I confided in him, and I'm like, man, I think the Reaper's following me. You know, and he wasn't following me; he was following him.
Damn.
Too bad.
But one thing he said is he wanted his name to live on forever. And I was the only one who called him Cadillac Tom. I gave him that name because he had a long blue Cadillac, 4-door Cadillac. And that's where the long
Broham.
Cadillac. I would say it like that, Cadillac. You know.
You didn't put the I in there. You used that Cadillac.
Right. And I told him how I spelled it. I said I told him how I spelled it, you know. But everybody else called him Cadillac Tom.
So you young whippersnappers don't understand the significance of having a big Fleetwood Broham.
I used to have a nice caddy back in the day. Got it from my pops. You know what I'm saying? It was canary yellow.
I don't think it's no real player ever walked the face of the earth that at some point in their life didn't have at least one Cadillac.
Yeah.
I didn't have my share of
caddy
them.
driver. My dad used to have
You
an
know,
Eldorado
I had
that
a
was clean
Seville.
as fuck.
I had a Seville, I had an Eldorado, I had a Hawk, you know what I'm saying? I was a Cadillac riding player, man, white walls, the whole nine.
Shout out to everybody just tuning in. It's a bunch of y'all. Appreciate y'all dropping in. What's happening? Y'all got questions or comments you'd like to ask my guy, man? Please go ahead, man. You know, you talk to us, we talk back.
Yeah.
So we at the summer's over. We getting into fall. You got what projects? What you got coming for the end of 2024 or 2025? What's the vision?
Well, I'm about to bring the apparel brand back.
Okay.
I was having trouble with Meta. You know, I was restricted with no explanation for a while.
They'll do that.
Yeah. So I deactivated the website because now I'm just spending money on the website that no one knows exists. So I deactivated the website, and that's when I started my move over to YouTube.
Okay.
You know, so
and before you even
yeah,
go
like
any further,
again,
what's the YouTube page that people need to know?
Cadillac Tom. It's in the
yeah, he put the link
comments.
In there. CADLAC.
Yeah, go over there.
Tom.
Subscribe, like, and as soon as I get enough subscribers, it's a new channel. As soon as I get enough subscribers, we can bring the apparel back.
There you go.
And it's going to be some new pieces. You know, so I have a lot of new stuff designed, and they'll be available there. But I do have, oh my God, in this thread, I am going to put a link in later. I have a Halloween costume.
You celebrate that shit? Go ahead.
Well, you know, I celebrate it because I just happen to have it. But, you know, other than that, normally I don't. But a lot of the apparel, the characters have their own brand. I mean, their own lines.
Okay.
So you can get something that's Cadillac Tom. You can get something that's GL. You can get something that's CC. You can get something that's Shonda. You know, so you got different characters that have the different lines. But the villains in the movie are the haters. So the haters are the ones that are costume, because nobody wants to buy a hater. But you can be a hater for Halloween. And I'm going to post it in this thread. And you can order that directly from me. I can't even tell you the prices right now. Because I forgot to bring that information. But I'm going to take a picture in it. And even if you can't get it this year, you can be a hater next year.
Post it. Send it to me. We'll make sure we share it.
We like to yeah, most definitely. We'll push a hard line.
Yeah, we try to make sure everybody can be able to.
And I do want to say this. In the web series, the villains appear to be white. They're not. They're colorless.
Clear. So they're white.
They just don't have no color. You got haters of all nationalities, you know. Yeah. Every group of human being has jealous, envious haters. It wouldn't be a sin.
I beg to disagree.
You know, who?
Okay. Now.
Astronauts. Astronauts have no haters.
If you look within the loving black man, right, you often find that if you do find haters within them, it's not a true hate. It's simply an influence of them assimilating to the so-called dominant culture. So thus, when you see a black person hating, they are a de facto white person. There's no such thing as an actual melanated being who has hate, because melanin is produced by the sun. It is the true embodiment of the celestial. There can be no hate when there's love.
Won't she do it?
Well, the reason they have no color is because I didn't add any color.
The sound is gone.
It's back.
Oh, I was gonna say, man, I know they had to hear that little ism I kicked.
No, it's already back before then. I'm on it. I know where it came from. The oo-wop, ee-wop.
But anyway. It was influenced. When I was writing it, it was influenced by the first Trump campaign. And it wasn't Trump, but it was the way people was acting around the campaign, like church shooting and stuff like that. So I tried to make them look like certain individuals.
That's why I stay following that collar, man.
So
his glass is empty, and I just about filled it up.
So
you fix that.
Your with the animation, what you doing? Do you bring in current just not politics, but current events, the current things going on to the world into your series? Or do you have a lane that you're like, I'm already got this going on, and you know?
Around the time when I did that, I was influenced because by being inspired by a true story, the people that was part of the true story weren't behaving that way anymore, you know. So what I did is I adapted to the behavior of what was going on then, and that's when I was looking out, you know, watching the news, all this stuff, and the Trump campaign was going on, you know. So I incorporated all that stuff. It was removing the flags and tearing down statues, and stuff like that.
Fuck them statues.
Now I'm gonna try to go more, what do you call it? Fictional. I want to make up some stories, you know. Yeah. But I also want to inspire thought. I'll give you an idea, right? You know, the 80s baby. You know, you got, of course, anybody can tell you right now we got a problem with mental health. And, you know, oh my God, there's all of a sudden this mental health problem. No, it's not all of a sudden.
It's been there.
You know,
just ignored it.
This is this been going on for decades.
But of inclusion.
It's got to this point. But if you go back, you know, right now you got a bunch of people that's got drugs in their history. You got a lot of people who was born from wounds that had drugs in them. You know what I'm saying? But if you go back to the beginning of that, the beginning of crack and cocaine coming to the system, there was something that came along with it that nobody pays attention to. It wasn't just, you know, them pumping it into the system. Hollywood also had a play in it. Scarface. The movie Scarface came at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It came at the same time. So you had friends that had grew up together that had watched Tony Montana kill his best friend.
And that's really...
And they had no problem imitating it. So it's the programming. You know what I'm saying? So being in the position, like Pharaoh said, are we superheroes? Because we're filmmakers. And understanding that dynamic.
Yes. Because I'll say the media is big on influencing the wave, and when I say wave, I mean like the ocean. I'm for just reference. It's water. We flow. The media influences everything: the ocean, the waves, the current, the undertow, all that. It influences everything based on how it moves. So, like you said, that with Scarface, Tony Montana killed his best friend, and you always have people on both sides of that coin when it comes to the rationale of that situation. But the overarching thing is, nigga, that was your best friend. That was your man. That was your boy.
Yeah, that was somebody you could have trusted your sister with.
But he
and you did. Right? But he did. Yeah, he should have told her.
But exactly, that's why. Exactly. So while I get what you're saying, but there's certain shit that you don't do, in life, in a situation, in a.
Here's another thing about that though. When you ask somebody about that, they remember the blimp in the sky, the world is yours. They remember the mansion.
Because niggas have the attention span of an ant.
They remember the Porsche.
Well, like how you say sometimes, certain messages are aimed to hit our subconscious.
Right. Everything is.
So, like you were saying that they'll remember the world is mine and all that, right? But the most powerful thing is the message about that anybody can get it, and that hits your subconscious. So it's a whole generation stems from that's willing to kill their brothers, willing to kill their partners, and don't even understand how they was even influenced to do that.
Yeah,
the subconscious is a motherfucker.
And Tony Montana didn't live the big life, but for a couple of years, which flashes by.
And didn't have no kids, man. She
And
can't have no kids,
heirs.
man. I don't got no seed to go, you know what I'm saying,
But
man?
I mean, they were setting
None
the
of that,
stage
man.
for that.
I ain't got none of that, man. I
Because-
just got my head blown off. I got the back blown off in my
later
whole
on,
empire, and I killed my boy. And what do I
in the
got for
crack
that?
era,
I
you
got
had
all you
cats.
running around thinking you can be me.
That was 2021 getting sentenced to 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
You had cats getting sentenced.
Yeah.
They literally standing in the courtroom getting sentenced
Football
to more
numbers.
years than they had even been alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they said they was kingpins. But then a few more. But then we became accustomed to cats at these young ages getting these 20, 25 years to the point that cats start blinking when it wasn't the kingpins getting them years no more. It was cats. It used to be cat go from the projects to a penthouse and then to the penitentiary. And then it got, as they had those crack powder laws and stuff like that,
yeah,
you
crack
started
and
having
powder
cats
was two
going
different
straight from
things.
the projects to the penitentiary.
Mm-hmm.
I was seeing niggas getting hit with 15, 20 years, and they had never even really saw no money.
Yeah.
Like, they never actually saw no money.
It's like, fuck.
I mean, they might have been around somebody with money, but they was getting hit with these years, and it's not like they lived some
Glamorous
lavish
life.
life or they had some money stacked or something like that.
Well,
That
that's
was
because
the-
the politicians.
you know, the
and
few of them that had a nice car or whatever, he had a nice car because he was living with the bride on Section
system
8, so they
said
wasn't paying
if
no
you
rent or
do-
nothing. So
if
all
you-
they had was the car.
They said if you take the cocaine and you do boop, 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 to make it like this, nigga, we're going to give you more time as opposed to if you take the cocaine and keep it by itself and have the same amount, I'm going to give you less time. Because why? You got
Class.
a nigga crime and you got a pilgrim crime.
It was a class.
And they had the old folks marching down the street demanding that you get these dealers this time.
And they got smart when they said, we stopped giving you niggas drug diversion. We're going to start hitting you niggas with big numbers. I'm using.
Until the opioid,
I need help.
Opioid.
They was like,
epidemic came.
nah, nigga, you ain't using, nigga, you getting these
Drug
football
diversion
numbers.
was the biggest rip of all time. I used to see cats sell a dime to an under.
Mhm.
They come back, they
I'm
arrest
high.
them, right?
I need the Jordans.
At the
I'm
arraignment, they tell them, plead guilty today. We're gonna cut you loose, send you the drug diversion.
high. Mhm.
Come back in 6 months, and we're gonna straighten this out.
We
Shit,
talked
out
about this
today.
last week. We talked about this last week.
Guilty, not knowing that they realize that even though they ain't been in jail 24 hours, you are now a convicted felon.
Right.
You can't
And at
vote,
the end
you
of those
can't
6
hold
months,
guns.
when you come
They
back to
have a
court
custody.
talking about, hey, I ain't got no trouble, blood told me. Ain't nobody told you that. They pulling up the transcript. Nobody told you that. Yeah, dude told me whoop, whoop, they gonna put me in drug diversion, and then I'm gonna come back in a few months and they gonna waive a record. And now this niggas walking around now, 50 years old, still a convicted felon from selling that dime piece to an under when they was 18.
Mhm.
All bad. Niggas, use your head for more than a hat rack.
And the thing about it is,
Yeah.
when I was coming up,
Drug diversion.
it wasn't like cats wasn't applying for jobs,
Mhm.
you know. But you know, you going to make this, however much you making, and you seeing real money in the streets. You know, your homeboy, he ain't got no job, but his kids is having all kind of stuff that yo, like, what is your problem? You got a job, you can't do it.
Well, $3.35 an hour if you worked, which is what minimum wage was when I first jumped in the game. $3.35 an hour. 8 hours would give you what, $24 for the day? Hell, you could stand outside and yell 5-0 or rollers when the police come and run to the stove for niggas a couple times a day and make $20, and you all on the block all day. And there was a certain segment of females, and they usually always had to be the prettiest ones, that if you wasn't some kind of way out there, you was not getting that ass. So now I can make just as much as a nigga at McDonald's, and I got access to fuck with the battle broads. Well, sitting now with this wisdom I got now, I should have went to school. I should have did this. I should have did that. But 16, 17-year-old me,
The fast life.
and in fact, if I could go back in time and talk to me at that age and tell him, look, dog, this, that, I know I would probably turn around and look and be like, damn, nigga. And grew up to be a sucker.
Going back in time.
You couldn't even came back and told me nothing.
Going back in time is something like they pops talking to them, their uncle talking to them. But where are they? They up in prison. Because they already got caught up and learned that way.
And let's not kid each other.
Relinquish,
as a young man, there's only two things I want to do. Kick with my partners and fuck as many broads as possible. So so even if a nigga would have came and showed me a better way.
And the thing about it,
I wouldn't have heard it.
And if you was good, you was able to do both and still be here.
Well, it depends. I had absolutely no one that I respected.
Yeah.
Keyword, I respected. I had older men in my family and stuff. They held jobs and this and that, right? But they didn't really fuck with us. So I didn't have no real respect for them. They didn't fuck with us. So I didn't have... So... I didn't have the capacity to do both because I didn't have a single person that I respected who would have even tried to push me in that direction. And the few cats that I did respect, well, they was knee deep, 10 toes down. So, you know what I'm saying? So even if they would every now and then, look, youngster, you don't need to be out here with us, this or that, man, you need to go to school. You know what I would hear? Like one of those times I was in jail, right? I had to give them about 11 good months. And the day I was going to get out, this player named Terry Tate, gangster, he was on his way back to Folsom, sitting on the violation. He said, hey, youngster, you know, you kind of smart, you kind of clever, man. This old thing, man, this is for niggas like me, man. I ain't got no school, and you should go out there, man, and do something with yourself, man. Don't come back up in here. You know what I heard? Oh, nigga, you can't make it in here. So I was like, nigga, I'm with the shit.
And make this shit up.
Every time something jump off, nigga, I'm in the front, nigga. I'm built for this. And he's like, no, you got it twisted. That ain't what I mean. You obviously down for your crown. You just got more.
Maybe I need to get on the camera.
Yeah, but and he said basically, you got more potential than this. And he was one of the first times it was ever a nigga that I truly respected said, go do something else. And I felt it.
I'm going to comment on that.
Welcome, Steve.
One of the things I think that most men, I think this white supremacy society, they understand that. See, most men, especially black men, we're warriors. You know what I mean? And so what I mean by that is that people can tell us something or whatever, but in our mind and what we feel like that we can do certain things. We are warriors. We like lions. You know what I mean?
Not warriors.
What you mean, not warriors?
Not warriors.
Warrior.
We're warriors.
Like you worried about something, or you a warrior.
You said it right. I'm saying we warriors, not warriors.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
We don't worry about it.
Warriors. So we're gonna go out and we're gonna try to get it, and sometimes we try to get it regardless of what somebody's saying, trying to say that you can't do it.
Because we'll say fuck the consequences.
Yeah.
Because we are to
I'm
prove
not
a
afraid
point.
of the consequences.
Exactly. And not only that, I don't feel like that the consequences, I feel like I can outmaneuver the consequences. You know what I mean? But when you really look at most millionaires and billionaires, that's how they got that way. Because they took the challenge.
Because what's the worst thing happen? Oh, they'll put me in jail? Okay.
Right. You know what I
You'll
mean?
go broke? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not afraid of the consequences.
But I think at a young age, see, now that we gotten older, right?
I'm afraid of them now.
Yeah, we're afraid of them now. But one of the things, we still take chances, but we weigh the odds out. But see, when we were younger, we didn't weigh the odds. We just would go for what we wanted and what we knew and what we wanted to do. Right. I think that's the difference.
Because the vitality of a young...
So if somebody come along and try to tell you don't do that or this and that...
You took that as they saying, oh, you don't belong in this class and I'm really trying to give you the game. You're like, motherfucker, I can dunk from the free throw line in the sixth grade.
That's exactly how I took it. Like nigga, if something jump off in this motherfucker, nigga, I'm in it before you, nigga. I'm moving past you, so how you gonna tell me that ain't what I meant? I meant you got potential to do something else. Leave this dead end shit to us dead end niggas, and you go and do some other shit.
Or we'll take it as though just because you wasn't able to do it, don't don't mean that I wasn't able to do it. Right. So a lot of times we look at it like that because we got a lot of ambition. And just a lot of belief in ourselves. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no matter what, I'm going to figure this shit out.
We grew up not knowing how to accept honest criticism or
question for you after that.
Yes.
Is that because of something inbred in us, or is it something that our environment produces a kind of false pride or pride and ego? Where do you think that comes from?
I can say it's a symptom of both, but depending on your household, how you grew up, but one of the common things in that equation that you have is we have this bravado amongst us. Like you said, Steve said, we warriors.
Right.
We're not warriors. We're not by nature. We out there with the spear, the shield, getting it, trying to do everything. We ain't worried about, man, it might not be no fish out there when I'm going fishing.
Right.
Right.
We in there like, motherfucker, I got the tackle box, nigga, I got a case of motherfucking beer, I got my sandwiches, and I'm finna be on the water till I'm done. And we gonna come back with some shit.
And if I don't catch nothing tonight, I'm coming back tomorrow with a net.
And I had fun.
You know what I mean?
Instead of, man, you know something? Man, the last couple of times we went fishing, we didn't catch nothing.
Henny Bo in the house.
You know, I get
that
worried.
Other good one. All the fish is over there, but them other niggas already got that spot sold up. And you gonna always have somebody with you saying, man, fuck all them niggas.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's the nature in it. But I'm looking at it, and I'm gonna take it a step further. I really believe when they came with the drugs and they came with a lot of different things, that was a white supremacy thing.
Of course.
Because they understood
to cut down some of our warriors.
It was a program.
Right.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I need niggas to stop being A students, and I need niggas to flunk out.
And to kill the competition.
Of course.
You see what I'm saying? Because they understood it's embedded in us.
Of course.
To do, you know, you understand? We gonna go against the odds because that's just who we are. You know what I mean? Especially black people. I don't know about white people and any other races, but I know a black man. He gonna go up against, you know, 1,000 bullets if he thinks
I study you,
because we already felt since elementary it was stacked against us. So
if I study you.
You know what I mean?
It's nothing. I ain't going out.
You know this 3 in the morning? You ready for this 3 in the morning? If I study you and know how you think, how you grow, how you prosper, where you get your, I'll use Pac-Man reference. If I know where you go to get your power pellets, and this is reference to the crack epidemic, the media epidemic, everything that they put in front of us that we fell for hook, line, and sinker. You know, that we just now coming out, you know, we got the presence coming out of this fog that we've been in for a minute. Mm-hmm. But if I knew,
decades,
if I knew everything you was going to do before you did it, I always rigged the game.
Right, for sure.
I hinder your progress. I know your Achilles heel. I know how to cut your hair.
But if you look at history, if you look at history, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what they did. If I'm the other. And I know I'm like, these little motherfuckers over there, man, they got potential to do it all.
Right.
Because everything I learned from them. But they don't know that I learned it from them. So I'm gonna throw this shit over here. I'm gonna keep on. Here go the bottle. Here go this. Here go this that. And hey, matter of fact, hey, you motherfucker, you sell this substance and you motherfuckers can run the world.
Right.
You motherfuckers can, and I'm gonna give you some music to go with it.
Right. Yeah.
Motherfuckers fell for it like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Forgot about the essence.
That's the point I was getting ready to make, though.
Yeah.
Since we already seen how it worked,
right? Now they got weed.
Now we got the power. We're filmmakers. We're creators.
Mm-hmm.
We create. We idea makers.
But now they make you put that other shit in your movies.
No.
I love you, man. I love you too, bro.
See, how they gonna make you? I'm going to make the art that comes to my mind. You're not going to influence that unless you're collaborating with me.
There's an interesting thing. You say that. This is how they make you. You make your movies, and you sitting here. The cat that make his movies that had that there, he on The Breakfast Club. He on Drink Champs.
Right.
You look, you go get in your regular car, he getting in a Rolls Royce. At a certain point, the average person
It's for sale.
is gonna say, man, you know what? You might even think righteously, like I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit in there so I get some of that. Then I'm gonna hit them with the real shit. But then you get over there, right?
And next thing you
And
know,
you realize that even though you're here now, you're in this big house, you're in this Rolls Royce, your future generations are secure.
right.
If you don't keep doing that, you're not gonna have that. Next thing you know, it's a lot of cats that have sold out
Run, nigga, run.
that I know for a fact didn't intend to sell out. They didn't come to sell out.
Once they give you the semblance of power or the or importance, fame as I use it as a lesser term, common denomination. I just use that.
So you didn't force, wasn't nobody in your ear, hey, you gotta put this
Now you
in
got
there.
likes.
You gotta do this agenda, but your common sense tells you if I wanted to get that life over there, I gotta do this.
Yeah, but I gotta want that.
Oh, you
A lot
So
of people
when-
want
when-
riches. A
yeah,
lot of people
when
want wealth.
When you're younger, but
Shout out to
when
Quinn
you-
watching.
when you got less years ahead of you than you do behind you, then wealth, the definition of wealth changes. You know, you can have. I done had a lot of nice cars and jewelries and diamonds. I mean, this man will tell you.
Yeah.
I used to walk
All
around
that
like that,
comes
all
with-
that, but you
With
know what?
understanding and growth.
The peace of mind that I have by not doing what I had to do to get that shit, man, there's no price on that.
I know, I understand that, but what the thing that you have a lot of, so many youngsters and even older people, there's some people that's still lost in the sauce. They don't get to that point of understanding.
Let me comment
Because
I was gonna
cats
say
like
that.
us
Hold on, let me say that.
have to put
let me
that out
comment on what he was saying, and that's the truth. See, we had to get old to get where we are, because I feel the same way that you do. It's about a peace of mind, but we had to get old to think like that. When we was young,
We didn't
it
give
was
a fuck.
all about getting the money, the jewelry, the bras, the cars,
Being part of the
you know what I mean?
sidewalk show.
Exactly.
Money, the clothes,
Right.
and the hoes.
So now that we done got to where we are, a lot of this shit don't matter. It's all
mean
about
that.
peace of mind.
Yeah, it's chicken
You know what I
today,
mean?
feathers tomorrow.
Yeah.
See, but what I feel like I got played out of is having it now and appreciating it. You know, it's just like, you know, like even when you talk about your bloodline and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? I think wealth is getting established for your grandkids before you even make your kids.
I like that.
Yeah.
Don't even make your kids until you're ready for your grandkids.
I
Then you
damn
start
near
your
had
family.
grandkids though before I could even get into that state of mind.
Well,
Yeah,
You
you
was
know.
doing that early, boy.
but that's
Well,
a great way to
13,
think.
That's
14.
but
I
it
mean,
took
my
me
old,
this
my
old.
oldest is
So what
35.
can you do?
And
You
we
can't.
need to-
You
you need
can't
to
do
I got
shit.
four
I can do
30-year-olds.
that.
So you was
But you can
doing
tell your
13,
son or
14.
your grandkids.
And that's the thing.
that.
Dude, we get like Steve saying, like you said, I get it. We get to the point to where we're like, damn, this shit we did. We all ain't a motherfucker on this planet that can't say they wasted their time doing some shit, even if it was just trivial shit. Like, damn, I was on a different. Man, if I would have known that hindsight is 2020.
I mean, right now I watch hours of paternity court every day. That's a complete colossal waste of time and everything like that. It dumbs me down, but guess what?
You learn
It's-
something. You learn
it's
something
like-
from it.
It's like
You learn something from it.
what they say, an opiate.
Yeah.
It keeps me calm. I watch it all day. I giggle and I don't even answer my phone
Hey.
when it's on.
I'm gonna tell you. I watch a little bit of that too. I don't watch a little bit of that.
I watch 3-4 hours a day of it.
You know what I mean? But one of the things it let me know, it lets you know what's going on out there.
No, but it's a common, but like he was saying,
It's
trivial things waste time, and I find
all
myself
done it.
hours of that. I might watch 2 hours of paternity court, then an hour of pop the balloon, then another hour of paternity court. Now this is all time I could be writing scripts.
doing some other
I
shit.
could be,
Yeah, you
hey,
know I was finna
I
get
could
in
be
on.
getting a master's degree. Like there's so much productive shit I can do if I
exactly.
spent 4 hours a day
Doing
every
some real
single
shit.
day doing it. But yet, and sometimes I tell myself, okay, I'm gonna write another book during this time because I figured out I got at least 20 to 25 hours of during the week where I do completely idiotic, trivial shit, right? And then I always be like, I'm gonna start. Today I ended up watching Pop the Balloon and Smash or Pass, right? And I looked up and I had started at 1 o'clock, and it was 4:30.
I'm just like, watch 4:30.
I was like, man, I just
3 hours later.
I said, that's 3.5 hours of watching the most lowbrow, low vibrational
They got you
YouTube.
hooked. That's catfish.
I'm gonna tell you,
throw that chum out there, motherfuckers.
I'm gonna comment on that, right?
Yeah.
Mostly all the great things I've ever done, I had to do the mediocre things that you talking about. I couldn't just because I might plan to do something, and it don't come when you want it to come. You have to kind of like,
make sure
you gotta wait until you in that space to do that. So in the meantime, I might tell you one thing I love to do when I ain't got nothing to do is sleep. I sit and turn the TV on and just fall asleep. But when I'm ready and all the time, before I sit in that chair, I plan to write a script. I plan to do this. I plan to do that. I plan to do this. But I'm not saying that you're incorrect, but there's something about that. I don't know what it is, but I just have to just sit back and do nothing sometime before I can do something.
Then I get depressed because I be like, I have so many hours.
I do the
like
same
this
thing.
year, I probably killed a month, 2-3 months of 8 hours a day worth of productivity.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Watching the most idiotic shit that I would sometimes be embarrassed that people walk by. Oh, you be watching that? Yeah.
So,
hey, then I'm gonna say this. Sometimes I try to force myself, like I'm gonna do what I said I'm gonna do. Turn TVs off, do that, and nothing come out. You don't have no good thoughts. You just be like, shit, man.
There is no try. It's only do.
Okay, yo.
Yeah.
There is no
He's
try.
a Jedi.
It's
Well,
only do.
unfortunately, we the Sith.
And whether you believe you can or you can't, you right.
Do it. Yeah, that's true. So before we head out, tell everybody where they can find you at.
I posted links in the
To your social media.
chat. But the main place, come to Cadillac Tom, YouTube.
Cadillac Tom, need to check him out.
CADLACTOM. Subscribe
Say
to
it
that
again.
channel. Go through the playlist. Go over to the phone version. Version playlist.
Say it again. 'Cause I interrupted you.
CADLACTOM. And
Cadillac
another
Tom.
place you can find me at is Third Acorn YouTube channel. And that's where you're going to get your motivation, your inspiration, your book reviews and stuff like that. It's a healthy channel,
Yeah, Cadillac Tom, that's a hell of an animation.
High vibration
Did everything itself. It's tight, so everybody need to tune in on that. You can reach me at SRS Music on Instagram. What's that? I think that's the only spot you can reach me at right now. But keep on looking forward. I got other spots coming up. You know what I mean? As soon as my boy right here hooked me up, all the other platforms. It's good.
Farrell, tell them where they can find you at.
Hey, everybody, y'all know y'all can find me across the board at Pharaoh Films. Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter, all that.
And also look out for probation period. It's coming up. It's me, the same thing we were just talking about. I've been lagging, I've been taking time and doing other things, but all the time it's coming up. It should be coming out around about the first part of next year, 2025. It should be coming out. The Probation Period, a great family movie that everybody can come. You can take your family, your kids, your grandmama. You can take everybody to go see.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
October 17th. October 17th. Webisode 12, Into Action, starring Delandre Edwards, Blaze the Original, Ladarian Elliott, Nia Rose, Carolyn Gilliam. It's coming on go ahead and get notified on the channel. And in the meantime, watch 1 through 11 that's already on.
Y'all check them
And
out.
comment, give me your and not only that, if you play dominoes online, challenge anybody on my channel. We're a domino community. You know what I'm saying? So if you play me and I beat you by more than 50 points, I'm gonna post our score on my channel. And if you beat me, you can post your score on my channel. And we can taunt each other
Sound like a
at
challenge.
the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, because Cadillac Time, the idea was birthed over a domino game. Me and AWOL Tall Cuz was playing dominoes when we came up with the idea. So, we play on Fly Clops. Click on any of the links. Hey, I'm not much of a drinker, but click on any of the links. Challenge any of us, and you can challenge me. You know what I'm talking about? Just be respectful. You can taunt, but don't call nobody out their name and nothing like that. But you can taunt and all that old stuff. Instigate. You can go on. It's plenty of people to go on there and clown because everybody out there beat by the game.
What name? She's
Cadillac Time.
CADLACTOM on Fly Clops.
On Fly Clops.
Yeah, you can find me on
but
there
you gotta
too.
comment.
You
gotta comment on. You gotta subscribe and comment on my channel to get a game with me.
All right.
A lot of people be trying to. They lose and then they try to come right back for a rematch. I'm like, no. You gotta go post on the channel, and then come back.
Okay. So that's what's up with the dominoes. That's where they can find them at. You can find me at Cognac_Confessionals on IG, Cognac Confessionals on Facebook, on YouTube, and you can always find me in your bitch dreams. Why? Because that's where I reside. You know what I'm saying? I'm always there. You know what I'm saying? When you think she's snoring and tossing and turning, yeah, it's probably a nigga like me that's in her dreams. She thinking about it. Or a nigga that's like me.
To smack her out of her sleep, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we do, man. Nice guys finish last, man.
Smack her out of her sleep. She disrespecting you.
Catch you in the next time. And now it's time to say goodbye to all my Negro friends. Hey, catch y'all next week, man. Y'all be safe out there. First Friday, turn it up, but don't do no dumb shit.